Welcome back. We're expanding your horizons with a lesson on Greek wines. Chris Jalepis is here, the founder of Sonata Wine. I got all the words right, Sonata Wine.
That's correct.
I thought at first it was geek wine. You know, you see that Volkswagen around, it says geek on this side, but it's not geek, it's Greek.
That's right.
And the interesting thing about Greek wines to me is like the Greek wines were probably one of the first wines ever, right?
That's correct. The oldest viticultural area of all of Europe. The Greeks are the ones that taught the Italians and the French how to make wine.
So did we talk about some varieties of grapes that are no longer used by the Italians and the Spaniards?
That's correct. I mean, there's a lot of grapes that you find in Greece that actually have been introduced by the Greeks to other areas of different places of Europe, actually.
And if you ever visit Greece, I mean, it is like one of those, it's a stony, hilly country, so you get a lot of those small, different little climates, right?
That's right. I mean, very complex topography throughout the entire country. A lot of different types of wine. Just as complex, it's hard to say what is the chief grape in Greece, just like it's hard to say what the chief grape is in France or Italy or in Spain.
What's the first white one we want to talk about?
Sure, the first wine we have right here is the Nine Muses White. This wine right here is a blend of 3 grapes, 20% Sauvignon Blanc, 30% Trebbiano, and 50% of the Greek grape Assyrtiko.
Okay, so how is that different like from a white wine that we might find in Italy or Spain or something like that?
Sure, I mean, the Greeks they like to drink their wine throughout the course of the day. Exactly, I mean, definitely someplace where there's going to be a lot of wine consumed, someplace where the wine's going to be consumed throughout the day, and certainly with food as well.
And this is chilled usually.
That's exactly right.
Now let me check the time here. It's 10:25. So is this a good time to try Greek wine?
It's happy hour in Greece, you know.
Let's go for it.
So this wine right here, I mean, one of the hallmarks of the wine, first of all, a lot of tropical fruit notes coming out on this wine. Very explosive, kind of out of the glass.
That smells a lot different than I thought it was going to smell like.
Yeah, I mean, Sauvignon Blanc, when you see it from New Zealand, where it's very common right now, or France, you know, it's a grape that you get a lot of grassiness out of it. But this wine, the Assyrtiko, the Greek grape here, is going to give it a lot of like that fruit kind of character that's going to come through.
But not sweet at all.
Not sweet.
Not sweet at all. And this is not, they don't put this in wood barrels, or they do?
No wood on
Doesn't
this.
taste like it at
all
all.
Stainless steel on this particular wine right here.
It is terrific. Okay, now what food would you want this with?
This food would go really good with like light seafood, with appetizers. I mean, they're eating with a lot of grilled cheese, things of that nature.
Well, that's right. They like their cheese on fire there.
That's right. I mean, the saganaki, as you know it.
Yeah. They don't grill it. They fire it.
That's right. I mean, so I like it preferred when it's on the grill, but a lot of times you will see it the flambe well as well.
Yeah, they pour some booze on it and light it up.
That's exactly right.
So this is good for the seafood also, this one?
Yeah, this next one is from the island of Santorini. Santorini, an island, you know, there's over 2,000 islands in Greece, and they all look different. But whenever they're showing you a picture of Greece, trying to get you to come there, they're always showing you Santorini. That's the classic views of the white buildings overlooking the black cliffs with the blue sea in the background. But it's also very important to the wine culture of Greece as well. All volcanic ash soils there. Very difficult conditions for grapes to grow, which is why you get such spectacular wine.
So the grape has to work so hard to mature, you end up getting a really
very
dense
concentrated flavors.
So what's this one taste like? Let's go
Sure.
here, bud. Let's go.
So we kick it up in complexity a little bit here. This wine right here, 100% of the Greek grape Assyrtiko. This one, very, very lemon kind of character to it. Long finish on this wine.
It reminds me of the smell of a Chardonnay a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to have any oak on it, but what you will see on it is quite a bit of nice kind of long finish.
It's bright.
Yeah, this wine is made for, you know, some kind of scallops or whitefish. A traditional pairing is they'll do it with...
It cut through butter nice, too, with a butter sauce.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's really good.
Nice acidity on it, too, which is what really makes for a really good food wine.
Excellent. Okay, we only have about a minute left. We got 2 nice red wines to look at. So tell us something about these, the difference between these 2.
Sure. The first one right here we have is the agape, which means love in Greek. And you can see on the label 2 rabbits actually kissing on the front of the label.
Agape love, you put rabbits on, really?
Exactly, right? You know, I mean, this wine's a combination of 60% Ayurvedico, which is the Greek grape, and 40% Syrah. Very kind of nice, light red wine.
If you put 2 of these in your cellar and you walk away for a couple months, you come back and it'll be 12?
This one, I'd say, you know, I'd say this one's going to be okay, you know, for a pop and pour. The wine we have right here on the right's the one that I would put in the cellar for quite some time.
Oh, really? So like, what year is this and how long should you let it mature?
So this is 2007. It's drinking great right now.
2007. So,
exactly.
So I would go, where is your store?
Actually, I'm based out of Philadelphia, so I don't have a store per se.
So we're saying find your wines in our wine stores.
Yeah, I mean, throughout Cleveland, you should be able to find, throughout Akron, throughout Cleveland, several restaurants in the Cleveland area will be carrying them as well.
Okay, so this wine doesn't show up in the stores until it's mature enough to drink. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. I mean, it won't even show up here in the United States until it's mature enough
Why
to
don't you
drink.
pour a little bit of that in your glass just so people can see what that looks like? Because it looks like it's almost purple.
Yeah, this wine is 60% Cabernet, 40% Merlot. You'll see the label, the purple label.
Look at that color.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful wine. We had a master sommelier tell us that this wine had a French label on it, it would go for over $100.
Really?
But it doesn't have a French label on it, which sometimes makes me wish I was a French wine importer. The wine itself,
Oh, you work on a percentage deal.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So how much for this bottle of wine?
This wine would probably go for about $19.99 to $24.99.
So that'd be, to me, that'd be like a luxury bottle.
Exactly.
But you
And,
say it drinks like a $100 bottle.
I mean, this wine is some pretty spectacular wine. Bordeaux style. The winemaker was actually here in Cleveland with us about a month and a half ago. And it was actually an excellent trip. She really was able to show off her wines quite
It's really good. It's really smooth. And I noticed, too, it's got more of that rusty color like those great Bordeaux have.
That's right. I mean, the winemaker herself was trained in Bordeaux, also worked in a second growth estate in Bordeaux, worked in Burgundy in Australia before going back to her native Greece.
And what's the name of your importing company?
Sonata Wine.
Sonata. So when you go to the wine store, look for your wines and ask about the Greek wines. And you've learned a little bit about it today, right?
That's right.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.